The crossover lifestyle appeals to many, though few owners tow trailers or tackle tough trails. For many urban couples, the new Mazda CX-3 could be all the rig they need. It's right at home on slippery streets and concrete canyons.
Diminutive crossovers are big business these days. There's Trax, Encore, Renegade, 500X, Juke, HR-V, and it could be argued that without their plastic cladding and all-wheel drive, they're really just hatchbacks.
And hatchbacks are good. This one reminds me of the late Toyota Matrix in both size and design. You're looking at the top-shelf all-wheel drive Grand Touring model, which retails for $27,100. At this trim level, things look pretty snazzy inside. Important, since that's what an owner stares at the most. Not that the exterior lacks appeal. Providing power is a 2-liter, 146-horsepower 4-cylinder with 146 pound-feet of torque low in the power band. The only gearbox is a 6-speed automatic with a manual mode for when you're in the mood. There's also a sports setting. Juke will beat it off the line, but CX-3 has decent power. 0 to 60 takes a hair over 8 seconds, during which the engine makes itself heard. After that, it's nicely behaved.
This is based on the same architecture as Mazda 2, a vehicle that feels every bit the economy car that it is. So it's kind of surprising that CX-3 has more of a hefty premium feel about it.
It does not rival the sophistication of an Audi Q3 or BMW X1, but it's quiet and comfortable for this price point. These will be a welcome sight.
Mazda has the reputation of being the everyman's BMW. Their vehicles are fun to drive. The CX-3 is no exception.
It's not Miata sharp, of course. It rides higher and the suspension is softer. There's definitely understeer when pushed hard, but overall, it's tuned well for its mission.
For $1,900, there's an option package that includes radar-assisted cruise control and automatic braking, stuff that was only available on luxury cars just a few years ago.
CX-3 and Honda HR-V pretty much tie when it comes to fuel economy. Certainly better than a Suburban, huh?
Sport mode sharpens the throttle response and remaps the transmission. I felt it was a little much in the CX-5. It feels great in the CX-3.
Mazda's all-wheel drive system factors in temperature, road conditions, steering wheel angle, and weather to send power to the proper tires. I did not off-road the CX, but I never noticed the system fussing about in any way. Not only is the cabin a cut above with high-quality materials, the driver seldom has to look down. There's a head-up display of sorts. The tack is given a prominent place in the cluster. Chairs are heated and very supportive when driving hard. A small car, storage cubbies are scarce.
There is no covered center console storage, and the armrest makes getting to the controls and, more importantly, my coffee a little awkward. Even with it up, still a bit cumbersome.
Also, the start button is quite close to the stock. Mazda's user interface is generally easy to use with both knob and touchscreen control. Outward visibility is good, still cameras are nice to have for tight maneuvering.
With the front seats adjusted for a comfortable driving position, there is just, and I do mean just, enough room for my 5'9" frame. I wish the seat backs weren't quite so upright.
At least there's room for my size 11s. Drinks go in the doors, carefully. Use all 3 belts if you're aiming to sever relations with those people. Otherwise, stop at 2.
This is not a big rig. Don't expect too much from the trunk.
4 packs of the 2-ply can fit when all of the seats are usable. There's a little bit of space under the floor to hide valuables. It's possible that owners may not use the back seat much, so with them dropped, CX-3 scores an even dozen. FYI, Chevy Trax can swallow up 17, HR-V 18. CX-3 is not the roomiest in class, but it has a lot to offer. It's stylish, efficient, and leads the pack in smiles per gallon. Part of my reviews are always based on observations that other people have of the car, and many of my friends and coworkers were impressed by the little Mazda, especially the interior. So if you're on the fence about test driving one, let me encourage you to make the effort. For those who simply need the room, HR-V might be the better choice, but the Mazda is noticeably more engaging to drive for those who value that kind of thing.
That's my opinion of the 2016 Mazda CX-3 Grand Touring. Remember, if you want to see these reviews a couple weeks earlier than you do here, head on over to thenewyorktimes.com where I am a contributor. That's Driven. I'm Tom Voelk.